Today I'm going to try to teach you a few things. This is my crochet kit. I like it because it's got that curve in the handle, and it really does help my hand. And here's all the different tops I can use. Right now I'm using the 6. I wrote them down on there because when you look right there, it says what size they are, but even you can't see that right now. Yeah. So I just went ahead and wrote them down, and I keep up with it. The little head comes off, and I switch it when I need to. This one is from Yarn Mania. I love this set. It's my favorite set. It has a lot on it too, but I never use it. I don't even got it. I lost the charger because I just never use it. But so today we're going to learn a little bit about double crochet and half double crochet. Well, I should say half double crochet, then double crochet. I have a pair of scissors here and a couple of stitch markers. That's all we need. I also wanted to show you these. Okay, so when you have those crochet graphs, these are some of the symbols that you need to learn to be able to do them. Okay, if you ever see these on a pattern, you'll know what they mean. So that little circle there is for a chain, and of course if you see it in a pattern, it'll be CH usually. Then you have the little plus as a single crochet, and then you would have SC for the actual abbreviation for it in the pattern. Then a T is a half double crochet, and it's HDC. And then a T with one little line in it is double crochet, and it's DC. Now, this one I find odd. This is the triple crochet. It's a T with 2 lines, but it's triple crochet, but yet they do TR instead of TC like they've done all the other ones. But, yeah, so these are the ones that you're usually going to use in a beginner's pattern. That's pretty much all you would need right now. But anyways, today we are going to learn the T, which is the half double crochet, and possibly into the double crochet today. So today, all you need is some yarn. Don't matter what kind, what color, just something to practice on. And we're going to make a slip knot again. And this is how I do my slip knots. I hold it like this, pinch, bring it over, slip my hand in there, and I grab that. Pinch, pull this over. Oops, sorry about that. And then there's my slip knot. And you put your needle in, and you bring it to the bottom, grab the longer end, and tighten it. You don't want to tighten it at the top because it'll make it too small. This part of your needle is going to be the same size as the head of your needle. That way you can pull through the chain easier, okay? All right, so I'm going to do a swatch of 5, okay? And so all I need is 5 chains. Now loosen that chain up just a little bit, see there? And we go front to back, and we wrap. And remember, we turn our needle point toward our thumb and pull through. Front to back, turn our needle down toward our thumb and pull through. Front, back, needle point down, pull through. You can adjust your hands if it's just getting too long for you there. And then needle in the front, back, point your needle toward your thumb and pull through. One more, front, back, point your needle to your thumb and pull through. All right, so in a pattern it's going to say chain so many, okay? And Then for half double crochet, it'll tell you to chain 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold our 5th chain with our thumb. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we count them by the little humps right here. And I'm going to put my thumb right there over that. Right over that 5th one, okay? And then we're going to do the chain 2 that they would normally ask for. Okay, but I like to make mine a little bit smaller because half doubles aren't that big. And then we'll change the 2nd one. All right, there's my chain 2. Now the one that I got my thumb on is the one I need to go into. To make a half double, you're going to do front to back and wrap. And then you're going to go in that chain that your thumb was on. It'll be the 3rd chain. And you're going to wrap the yarn and pull through. You should have three little legs on there. And we're going to wrap, point our needle down toward our thumb, and pull through all 3. And that is your first half double. Okay? To do another one, we're going to go front to back, wrap, point our needle down, go into the next chain. You can see that little leg right there is in that hole. So we got to go to the next one, the next little hump right here. So front to back, wrap, go into that next one, grab your yarn, pull through, pull your yarns up, grab your yarn, point down towards your thumb, and bring through all 3. And there's 2 half double crochets. Okay, we're going to do it again. We're going to wrap, and that leg is in that one, so we're going to go in the next one. So we wrapped, we go into here, and then we wrap again, pull through, pull up, wrap again, point down toward our thumb, and pull through all 3. You see that? Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap again. We're going to go into that next chain. We're going to wrap and pull through. And just kind of grab it, reposition your thumb a little bit, and just grab it and pull it right up. Wrap your yarn, point your needle down towards your thumb, and pull through. We got one more. Going to wrap. Go into that last chain. We're going to wrap and pull through. We'll pull all the way up. We're going to wrap again, point down, and pull through all 3. Okay? Now, I forgot to, once again, tell you to use a stitch marker in this first chain because it can get confusing. And you can count backwards if you're having trouble. And you can see that that one right there is your last chain. So if you go backwards, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's where you're going to want to stick your stitch marker in. All right, and that way when we come to the end, we won't be fighting and being like, is that the last one or not? We'll know. We'll know, okay? And the pattern's going to tell you to chain 2 again. So we're going to chain 1 and 2, and we're going to turn. And I'm going to tighten that just a little bit because, like I said, half doubles are short. So I just pulled a little bit, all right? Now, you can see all the chain spaces right there. That one's in 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. And that's how we're going to keep up with it. So you're going to wrap, you're going to go into that first one, okay? And we're going to grab that yarn, we're going to pull it through, pull it all the way up, wrap, point your needle down towards your thumb, and pull through. Okay? And we're going to wrap, go into the next one, grab the yarn, pull through, pull up, and then go through all 3. After a while, you'll get used to it, and you'll be able just to slide through all three by just at once. It'd be simple. A lot of people find that half double crochet is their favorite stitch. It is a thicker stitch. Don't leave so many gaps. And it's pretty stitch. It really is. Okay, we'll go to the next one. This will be 3. We wrap. Go into 3. Grab. Pull. Pull this up. Wrap. And pull through all 3. See? It's looking good. Wrap. Through. Grab. Pull through. And pull up. Wrap. Point your needle towards your thumb and pull through. Now, here's where the stitch marker makes it easy. We don't got to fight to figure out, because we did that whole chain too. Those are down here. We don't have to fight to figure out which one is which. And you know what? I didn't do it again. I didn't put a stitch marker on that one. I'm not a very good teacher, am I? Need to practice what I preach. So we're going to put that there because that is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we haven't done our 5th one yet. So this is what it's so nice about having these stitch markers. You just grab that stitch marker right there and you just wrap this and you go right in beside it. You just hug that stitch marker. Look at that. It's easy. You just pull right through there. See that? You pull up, wrap, point down, and pull through. And see, it turns out really pretty. It will, those little holes right there, they'll close up just as it sets and gets maneuvered a little bit. But half double crochet is really pretty. All right, we're going to turn again. So we're going to do chain 2. We're going to tighten that top one a little bit so it makes about the height of that half double right there. We're going to turn, okay? And there again, you can see all the stitches. That big one right there, that's the one we're going into. So we're going to wrap back to front. Go in that first one, grab both of those. See those stitches on top? We're going to grab both of those, and we're going to grab that string, and we're going to pull it through and pull it up. Okay? We're going to pull through all 3 stitches. I keep hitting the camera. I apologize. It's right there. See that? I'll get it situated one day. Second one, wrap, go into the second chain, grab, pull through, pull up, and pull through all 3. Wrap, go to the third one, grab, pull up, pull through all 3. And we're going to wrap, go through the 4th one, grab this yarn, pull it through, pull it up, wrap, point your needle toward your thumb, and pull through all 3. And here's the last one again. We're going to wrap. I'm just going to hold this, and we're going to go in right beside it. Right there beside it. We're going to hug it. Grab our yarn and pull through, and pull up. Point your needle down toward your thumb and come through all 3. Okay. That is how you do a half double crochet. It's pretty, huh? It's thick too. You can feel the difference between it and a double. It's just stubby and thick. It makes good hats. All right. Now, that's a half double. That was the one that is the T. It'll say half double crochet, but the abbreviation for it is HDC. So if you ever see it on one of those little diagrams, it's a T. It's a half double crochet if it's a T, okay? And I'll show you a diagram. Got one here. Let me see if I can find one that, yeah, here's one. Oh, dear, excuse me, I'll be right there. All right, this one, this is a diagram I was talking about. And you'll always start in the middle, right there. And those little circles there, that's the chains, and that's how many chains you would make. The one I didn't show you was the slip stitch. The slip stitch is just a little period. It's just a dot. So as you see, well, my pen won't work. Right here, it's just a little dot. And that is the slip stitch. Hold on. And here is it's slip stitch. I'm pretty sure that's the diagram for that one. Where did I put that? Here we go. The slip stitch for that, it's a SL space ST. So it'll be SL space ST. That is, it's a little dot, and it's a slip stitch, and it's SLST. Now right here is the diagram I was telling you about, one of them. I like doing them by diagrams. But right there, it shows you that each one of those are chains. Okay? And you see that little dot, that little bitty dot right there. That's where you're going to slip stitch, and you're going to chain 3 more, and you're going to move on to, that is a double crochet. And it shows you how many of them to put in each stitch, okay? It's not as complicated as it looks. It's really not. It's so much easier once you get the gist of it. But anyways, that was a half double crochet. And we are going to move on now and teach you the double crochet. And I'm going to try my best to remember to put stitch markers in there. I'm so forgetful sometimes. So we're going to break this down. We're going to frog it. And we're going to start over. Now let's do our slip stitch, oh, I forgot what it's even called. Anyways, here we go. We're going to make our little noose basically, and we're going to pinch right there. I'm going to pull that over. Slip knot. That's what it is. It's a slip knot. My goodness. My brain sometimes, it does not brain when it's supposed to brain. Alright, so we're going to do another swatch of 5. This one is going to look like this. It's the T with the little dash in it, the slash in it. Okay? It's double crochet, and its abbreviation is DC. It's almost always DC. Now, this is U.S. terms, because UK terms is different, but I'm doing U.S. terms. So, if you're in the U.S., it's going to be a double crochet is going to be this, what I'm fixing to show you, okay? In UK, a double crochet is a treble. And that's really confusing. So always check your patterns and see if it says US anywhere on there. Usually it's like US needle this millimeter. But US is important. Otherwise, you got to look up the UK terms. All right. And we're going to do another chain of 5. So we're going to wrap from front to back, point our needle down, pull through. Front to back, turn our needle down and pull through. Front to back, turn our needle down and pull through. Remember to try to twist. Don't use your whole wrist. If you can learn how to twist, it's so much easier on your hands. So we're going to go front to back, turn our needle down and pull through, and that's 4. I'm going to reposition my hand, front to back, pull our needle down and pull through. And that's 5 chains right there. Now, we want to keep our 5/5 chain position, okay? Now, on a pattern, it's going to say for a double crochet, it'll say chain 2 also. So, what I do is I chain a regular 2, and I don't pull tighter like I did on the half double because that's about the same size, okay? It's about the same size as a double crochet. And then you wrap, and you go into the chain that you was holding, the 5th chain. You grab the yarn, pull it through. You'll have 3 legs on your needle, okay? We're going to pull through 2, so we're going to wrap, point our needle down, pull through 2, wrap, point your needle down, and pull through 2. And that is our first double crochet, and guess what? I remembered. We are going to mark that. It'd be so easy when we come back around. All right, now we're going to go into the second double crochet. I'm going to give you a little tip here soon, but give me a second. So we're going to wrap front to back, and see that that leg is in that hole. You can really easily tell that it's in there. So you're going to want to go to the next little hump, next one over, okay? So wrap, go into that chain, grab your yarn, pull it through, okay? And don't have tight tension, okay? So front to back, we're going to grab that yarn again, and I keep hitting that camera, and we're going to pull through 2 stitches, okay? And we're going to wrap front to back again, and we're going to pull through 2 more stitches. Now that is your first unusual, the usual double crochet. And we're going to wrap front to back again. We're going to, because that leg's in that hole, we're going to the next one. And we're going to put our needle right in there. We're going to grab that yarn, we're going to pull it through. And then we're going to grab that yarn again, point our needle toward our thumb, and we're going to pull it through 2 more. And repeat that. Point your needle toward your thumb and pull through 2 more. Back to front, wrap, go into the next one. Grab your yarn, pull through. Front to back, wrap, pull through 2. Front to back, wrap, pull through 2. It's looking good. Wrap back to front again, and there is our last stitch. See that? Can you see it well? We're going to go in there. We're going to grab that yarn, we're going to pull it through. We're going front to back and grab that yarn, point our needle toward our thumb, and go through 2. Front to back, grab that yarn, point our needle down, pull through 2 more. Okay. Now, I want to show you something. Because sometimes when I was a newbie... Okay, I'm sorry about that. You might hear a little noise in the background. It's my husband. He just got home, and he don't know I'm in here recording. But anyways, I wanted to show you, hopefully you can hear me more than you can hear him, how you can tell which chain belongs to which double crochet. Okay? So, sometimes you can get confused. Sorry. Sometimes you can get confused. All right? So, if you look, I think of it, here's the bar, okay? That's the bar. And a lot of times you want to know if which chain goes to that, because sometimes it looks really confusing. But I'm going to say to you, when you pull that one double crochet there, it's going to look like it's got little hair at the top going to the right. So these two strands that come off to the right, that is the chain that belongs to that double crochet. So if you ever have to like skip so many chains and go into the third double crochet, you'll know that when you're looking at the double crochet, the chain that kind of goes off to the right a little bit, that's the one that belongs to that. Okay? All right. Now, we are going to continue. All right? We're going to do our chain 2, 1 and 2, and turn. Okay, you can see your stitches really clearly. One there, 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 and of course there. Okay, so we are going to go wrap. Okay, go into that first one, grab your yarn, pull through, grab your yarn, point your needle towards your thumb and pull through 2. Grab your needle, point your needle toward, grab your yarn. Yeah, that's my brain not braining again. Grab your yarn with your needle, point your needle towards your thumb and pull through. Okay? Wrap your yarn. And we're going to go into the second one. Grab your yarn, pull it up, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. Wrap, go into the third stitch. Wrap your yarn, pull through, wrap your yarn, pull through 2, pointing it always towards your thumb. Wrap your yarn and pull through. And when I say point towards your thumb, I mean this little doohickey. That little doohickey right there, he needs to be saying hello to your thumb every time. Because if you got him pointing any other way, he's going to snack. So we're going to wrap, go to the next one, grab your yarn, pull through, wrap, point your needle down towards your thumb, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. We got one more. So we're going to wrap, put our needle right beside that stitch marker. Do you see that? It's hugging that stitch. It makes it so much easier. We're going to pull up and we're going to wrap and pull through 2, and wrap and pull through 2. Now on the last one, I taught you guys about different ways of tension. Now, I will repeat it in case you didn't watch the last one. A lot of people, when they do their tension, they do this. Or they wrap it around their finger so many times and do this. Okay, I'm an older lady, so I had to learn because if you notice, see that knot right there? See how my fingers that way? I used to hold my yarn like this. And now it puts so much strain on my fingers that I started getting arthritis. So the easiest and non-straining way I've found to hold my yarn is to act like I'm cutting it with my fingers and turn my hand sideways, okay? And then hold this with these fingers. This point right here, that right there, see that right there? That is my tension. That's what holds my tension. Let me get that out of the way. That's what holds my tension. I'm not pulling it, I'm not squeezing it. That's the only thing that is holding my tension. So basically all I got to do is just turn my hand like this and just keep going. It does its own tension and I don't got to fight with it and it don't strain my hands. Okay? I'd advise trying to find it. Do whatever is best for you to start out. But once you get used to doing everything, if you get, you become a decent crocheter and start trying to experiment with different ways of holding your yarn. Because I promise you, it's going to make a world of difference. If you want to do this for the rest of your life, and I'm one of those that did not ever want to give up crocheting, so I had to find a way to do it. you'll want to find a way to do it that will do the least damage. Okay. Try not to, when you hold your piece, try not to squeeze too tight either. See how red that is? If I squeeze tight, that's going to mess up that knuckle. That's going to mess all that up. Okay. And then with the needle, as I was trying to tell you earlier, some people, when they crochet, they use their whole wrist. You know what I'm saying? And they just, you don't realize how much you are overusing this. Okay, that's how I used to do it, and I got carpal tunnel so bad that I couldn't even hold a gallon of milk. This whole section hurt so bad, and I'm talking about short pains, to where if you try to pick up a gallon of milk, you just drop it, period. But a lady that I watched on a YouTube video years ago had said that all us new crocheters are doing it wrong. And I thought it was kind of funny, but she said the truth is that if you truly are crocheting correctly, you will learn how to spin your needle instead of using your wrist. Now, granted, when you first start, do it any way you can to get it done. But over time, like I said, once you get used to it, if you can just learn to point your needle the way it needs to be done. If you notice, my wrist barely moves. My finger, it goes up and down. But other than that, it's not doing nothing else other than standing straight and going up and down. But the wrist and the way you hold it and your attention, it really does make a big difference. All right, I hope I taught you some things that you wanted to know today. If you have any ideas of things that you would like me to teach you or show you, put it in the comments. You guys have a blessed day. God bless you.